Hello, welcome back to the channel, and if you want to see how I bake these little hot cross buns, then carry on watching. Starting off with the flours, so we've got 250 grams of strong bread flour and 250 grams of plain flour. 100 grams of mixed fruit or fruit of whatever you like. I've just gone for all sultanas in this, and we've got 50 grams of caster sugar and 50 grams of butter. Gonna need one egg, free range if you can. We've got 10 grams of salt. We've got a teaspoon of ground mixed spice, and we've got 5 grams of the instant yeast. Gonna need 125 mils of warm milk, and I'm going to put some warm water to this, so it's 250 mils of your wet ingredients. For the crosses, you're going to need 50 grams of plain white flour and 100 mils of water. Okay, so what you need to do now, start adding in the dry stuff. So you've got your flour, you've got your other flour, put them in. Don't forget your yeast, that's important. Salt, put that in the corner. Sugar. Let's just give it a turn. Now, if you've got like a food processor, I think they're called, you could do that with the dough hook on, because this is going to get rather sticky. It's a sweet dough, because you're adding egg as well, so it could get quite sticky. So just bring that together if you can do it by hand like me. Do a little well and then start adding the wet. So straight in there. There goes the warm milk and water. And what I've done with that butter, I've just chopped it up into manageable pieces. Put that in. And you can tell now that this is going to be a sticky job. So there we've got the egg. So the egg goes in. So we've now got a proper wet mix going to go on here. So it's all hands on board. Get in there. Like I say, if you don't want to do this, go in with your dough hook. But I'll come back when I've got this mixed together. But I'll show you how wet and sticky it can get. And I've made a big mistake, which I tell everyone not to do. I've gone into the wet mix with 2 hands. Always use one hand. So as you can see there, it's coming together. I went and washed that hand. Can't believe I made that mistake. But always try and keep one hand clean. Just use the one as your dough hook basically. So you can see there, it's all coming together. It's nice and sticky. So there you go. So basically we've got a sticky dough now. Now time to add the dry fruit in. I do apologise, I keep hitting the bowl. And add your spice. And this is just like normal bread making now, because all you got to do, you're bringing this together into a nice, firm, silky dough. So back in there, get your hands in, bring it all together, and just keep working it until you get a dough that you're quite happy is nice and firm and silky. So probably about 10 minutes of kneading, if I'm honest. What I do now, take it out of the bowl, and where possible, put it on the surface, and then start to knead. Just keep bringing it together. Okay, so about 10 minutes of doing some kneading on there, and I'm more than happy with that now. Springing back. So all you need to do now, put this back in your bowl, any sort of bowl. Make sure you've got a cover. So I'm going to put this in the bowl, back into my bowl. And a tip, if you can get shower caps, they're fantastic for using on this. So there you go, shower cap. You can put them on the bowl. And there you go, sealed. The elastic around the side helps. Just absolutely fantastic. and they're reusable. You can clean them, they're brilliant. So I'll leave that now to basically double in size, maybe an hour. We'll see. Just keep checking it, but you want it to double in size before you get on to the next bit. Right, it's doubled in size. So what we need to do now, we need to knock it back and then get it into 8 individual portions. You really want to try and weigh them so you've got some sort of equal portion here. So just knock back the air in the bowl. What I normally do is make it into like a round, and then you can imagine like a pizza. So you want to slice it down. I use one of these dough scrapers, and I'll portion it best I can, and then use some scales and weigh them out. So pretty much like that, and then weigh each one out, and then try and get them to be as equal as possible. Okay, so there's about 120 grams each. So what you got to do now is shape them into a ball, and I'll show you how to do this. How I do this, quite easy. Just bring them over, keep pinching, and then turn, and then use my hand like a claw, and just go round. And as I'm going round, I'm pinching underneath, and there you go. So you just want 8 of them. Okay, so that's mine shaped. They're ready now on a baking tray. Flour dusted over the top, and some flour just underneath as well. Just need to cover this now, so you can either cover it with cling film or some sort of plastic, or I'm just using like a tea towel, and leave that for about half an hour. And whilst that's doing that, you need to get your oven up to 200°C, get it warmed up whilst you're letting these do their second proof. Okay, so we need to make the white crosses for the top now. So we've got the 50 grams of flour, the 100 gram mils of water, and then whisk to make a paste. Once you've got a nice paste, then you can, if you've got a piping bag or something, or if you've got some sort of plastic bag, put it in, just snip off the end, and then you can do it that way. Or you can make a grease-proof paper one, anything really, just so you can get the paste to come out. So you can see they've risen, so I just need to put that crosses on there now. So there's a makeshift bag, got the paste in it, so just need to make a tiny hole in the bottom now, and off we go. Just align the best you can. I'm not the best at this bit. There you go. Not exactly pretty, but does a job. Right, let's get these in the oven. So it's 200 for about 15 minutes max. Just check on them after about 12 minutes. So 15 minutes max, I'd say, for these. So I'll bang these in the oven and I'll bring them back. Okay, so out the oven. They look okay to me. So I'll put them on a cooling rack because you need them to cool down. Don't cut into them while they're warm. Even though it's really tempting to do so, you'll end up with a gummy texture, and you don't want that. You want it to be nice and fluffy. So come out the oven, cooling rack, and we'll come back and I'll slice one open. I should have mentioned that traditionally, or most people, like to put apricot jam, like a glaze, on this when they come out the oven. My preference is I don't like it that way, so I prefer to either have them toasted or with some butter on. That's the best way. So what I'll do, you can see though, nice and soft, well baked, fantastic little recipe. So what I'll do, I'll cut one open, put some butter on and show you. So there we go, 8 of them, cut in, there's the bake. So for me, this is the best way. So either do it like this or toast them. I think that's a lovely way. But there you go. There it is. My hot cross buns. Quite simple. Really enjoyable. At the right time of year. Do them any other time of year. Just take the crust off the top and have tea cakes. Very similar. So there you go. Hot cross buns. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on another one.
Yeah, all I need are some better days. Cause all I want, and I pray, I believe in the better days.